Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now, we've got some fixtures to go over. No more transfers in January, so we don't have to touch on too many of them, but we did get someone in who had signed previously. Now, we have Red Bull Leipzig in the Champions League today, and we have suffered one of the most major injury crises that I've had whilst managing Sunderland. So our first 11 is going to be quite a bit different. So when we last met, we beat Newcastle away from home, and then we followed that up with a 3-2 victory against Arsenal at the Emirates. It was a really good result, really well played. We nullified their attack really. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang gave them the lead early on, but Enzo Cabrera quickly got us level, and we got a late goal through Wahbi Khazri to give us the victory. We were then at home against Swansea. We beat them 2-1. Harley Johnson getting us a late goal again to give us the victory. In these run of fixtures, we're not actually playing particularly well, but we're grinding out results, and that's all we need. We then went away to Villa Park in the FA Cup 4th round. We beat them 2-0. Luis Enrique Aranz is really coming into his own at the minute, and he's got himself a couple of goals today. We then went to Goodison Park and beat Everton. Again, we didn't play particularly well, but we managed to get the victory with goals from Enzo Cabrera and Wahbi Khazri. We then hosted Bournemouth at the Stadium of Light. Alassane Plea and Mamadou Koulibaly getting the goals for us, while Callum Wilson made it an edgy last 20 minutes or so, but we managed to hold out for the victory. And disappointingly, the last game that we played in this run of fixtures, we got beat off Watford 2-1. We were 1-0 up for a large period of the game, and in the 86th and 88th minute, Juan Hernandez got a double, coming off the bench for them, saving it, getting them 3 points. Really disappointing, and this game had a lot of injuries, and it's really affected us going into the Red Bull Leipzig game. As you can see, injuries to Wahbi Khazri, Francisco Trincao and Alassane Plea really have affected our wing positions, so we haven't got too many wingers to choose from today. So this is the lineup that's going to go up against Red Bull Leipzig. Rajkovic in goal, Axel Tuanzebe, Verdasca and Montez at centre-back, Emil Kraft and Pizzella the wing-backs, Mamadou Koulibaly and Guendouzi keep the spots in centre midfield. Duncan Watmore on the right hand side, and Aidan McGeady is going to be making his first start for the season in the Champions League. Now, this is not going to go well. He hasn't played at all this season. He's retiring at the end of this season, so hopefully he can find some of his form out in the Championship, but I'm not too hopeful. And Enzo Cabrera goes up top. So we'll kick this off away from home. I'm just hoping to keep the scoreline down as much as possible to give us the best chance to smash them at home. Highlight here, Gabriel Jesus at the edge of the box, but he gets challenged. McGeady, what can you do, McGeady? Can you do much? No, you cannot. Cabrera, down this right-hand side to Duncan Watmore. Can he get the ball in? To Guendouzi. McGeady, to Pizzella. Come on, boys, let's make this count, please. Watmore scores in the first knockout round of the Champions League and gives us the lead. As we can see here, Aidan McGeady gets challenged. Duncan Watmore down his right-hand side, crosses it in. It's headed clear, but we'll get it back in through Pizzella. Duncan Watmore, excellent touch, brings it in, 1-0. Right, we get a throw down this left-hand side, but we'll lose the ball. We'll try to switch play, but Kraft wins it back to Duncan Watmore on this right-hand side. Can he make it 2? Oh, an excellent cross, and that should have been 2-0. Another highlight here with us. Guendouzi picks it up in the centre. McGeady plays a lovely through ball at Enzo Cabrera. Can he put it away? No, not good enough. Free kick to Red Bull Leipzig. We cut it out through Duncan Watmore. He tries to clear, but he cannot get it beyond Heung-min Son. Now, we need to be careful here because they've got some really good talent. John Guidetti's up front to Gabriel Jesus, and that's 1-1. As we can see here, Orban brings it up in the centre to Hendricks. Sabitzer plays a good through ball to John Guidetti. He gets a great cross here, and Gabriel Jesus heads it home. Highlight, 5 minutes before half time. We've got the ball up high, but does he get challenged? Pizzella to McGeady. Is that a penalty? No, it's not. It's bobbling about all over. Koulibaly to Watmore. And Heung-min Son claims this is going to be a counter for Red Bull Leipzig. Guidetti through ball to Gabriel Jesus, and he puts it away. 2-1 Red Bull. We are really struggling now. As you can see here, Guidetti picks up the ball the halfway line. He plays an excellent through ball. That's a couple of assists for him tonight. And Gabriel Jesus gets his second goal of the game. And we'll kick off this second half. This time we're shooting from left to right. Highlight. Gabriel Jesus, edge of the box, tries to get his hat-trick. Rajkovic collects it easily. Pizzella switches the ball to Watmore here. To Kraft on this right-hand side. Can he get the ball in? Cabrera! Yes! 2-2. Enzo Cabrera with the goal. Emil Kraft with the assist. Excellent. You can see on this left-hand side, Pizzella switches the ball beautifully to Duncan Watmore, who spots the run of Emil Kraft who knocks the ball in. Enzo Cabrera with a good header. No chance for the keeper. 2-2. Highlight 84th minute. Red Bull Leipzig are on the attack. Please not now. Please, Sabitzer. It's 3-2. As we can see from this angle, it was a throw-in. Sabitzer starts the move. Heinz gets the ball on the edge of the box. Sabitzer continues his run. Look at him go. And he puts it away. 3-2. Highlight. Looks like it's going to be the end of the game. Duncan Watmore's got the ball on the right-hand side. And that's the full-time whistle. Disappointing to get beat 3-2 there when we're pulled at back level so late on. But if you'd offered me 3-2 at the beginning of the game, I would have snatched your hands off for it. We had Aidan McGeady in our first 11. So, now that game's finished, I'm going to bring you the second leg of this knockout round, and I'll be right back. And this was the transfer that you didn't see during the January transfer window. We brought in Juan Jose Perez. He's a left-sided winger. We bought him in from Spain for quite a cheap fee. He's another one who's just going to go into our under-23s. I'll try and get him loan game time out. And it's probably someone who will, at the very least, make a profit on. And we're signing for the pricely sum of 1.5 million. So between now and the Champions League second leg, I'm just going to go through the fixtures as I play them. We've just played Manchester City in the FA Cup 5th round at home, and we've beat them. Another injury to Lucas Arans up top means I had to bring on Santi Comersana on the left side, put Cabrera up front, and he actually got the goal in the 92nd minute, which finished them off, so I was pleased with that. So we've just played Manchester United in the league, and we won 2-1 goals through Harley Johnson and Giuseppe Pizzella. They got a goal back in the 91st minute through Romelu Lukaku, but after our first goal, Jose Callahan got himself sent off after just being subbed on about 10 minutes prior. So we got the win, we got the 3 points, happy days. So after beating Man United, we'll go away to Brighton and get beat. The injuries are really starting to mount up, and they're really starting to affect our momentum going forward. And we'll continue the run of disappointing results with a 1-1 draw at home to Burnley. We didn't really create enough chances in this game. The wingers' situation's really starting to affect the side. I'm considering changes, maybe to a narrower formation, but at this point of the season, I don't want to get too involved with that, so we'll have to see. But Red Bull Leipzig's coming next. So, we're here. We're nearly kicked off. We've got Reykjavik in goal. We've got Montes, Vidaska and Lemos as centre-backs. Pizzella left wing-back. Christiansen at right wing-back. Guendouzi's playing the box-to-box midfielder role with Harley Johnson in the Metzola role. Cabrera's playing on the left. Plee, who's slightly injured, playing up front. And Duncan Watmore on the right. And we're kicked off. We need a big game. We're down 3-2, but we've got 2 away goals, so hopefully we can nick this. Highlight, we're deep in our own half, which is something I'm really not comfortable with, but the ball's played back all the way to Reykjavik. Montes to build it up from the back. Now, we need to see some movement from the wide men and the attacker, Alessandro Plee. He's obviously struggling with that knock. How is that going to affect him going forward? I do not know, but Red Bull Leipzig have the ball now with Sabitzer on this right-hand side. He's looking for runners. He's got them with Gabriel Jesus Montes. Oh, good challenge. Plee, can you win it? Cabrera can. Can you send somebody away? Alessandro Plee through the centre. He's through one-on-one. Can he finish? He can't. Oh, he should be putting that away. And that was the only highlight of the first half. Really dull game so far. Half time, I think I'll have to make some changes. Right, I've made some tactical changes. Let's see if they can have any positive effect. Alessandro Plee's really struggling out there, and we haven't got a striker on the bench. But we've got a highlight. Pizzella on this left-hand side to Cabrera to Watmore, please. Duncan Watmore. He's not offside. It's 1-0. We have beaten Red Bull Leipzig on away goals. So as we can see here, Cabrera plays it back to Pizzella. Beautiful ball in. Duncan Watmore beats his man, smashes it in. 1-0. So we're making a change. We're going to get Aidan McGeady on for his second start of the season in the Champions League. And we're going to get Varela on for Pizzella. Changed up the tactic to a more counter-attacking style. Let's hopefully it'll fit in. 86th minute and there's a highlight. No, please, no. Red Bull Leipzig pick up the ball. The loose ball in the centre. Are they going to have a good chance? Harley Johnson picks it out. Duncan Watmore down this right-hand side. He's got the pace to burn. Can he beat his man? Cabrera in the centre. 2-0. 2-0. And we're going through to a Champions League quarter-final. As you can see, sloppy play by Campbell. Johnson releases Duncan Watmore down this right-hand side. He gets the ball into Enzo Cabrera. And he just slots it away, putting us through to the quarter-finals. And that is going to be that. Sunderland 2, Red Bull Leipzig 0. As you can see by the stats, after that first goal, I killed the game. I slowed the pace down, shorter pass and retain possession, dropped slightly deeper, closing down more, and it's worked a treat. So, we're through to the Champions League quarter-finals. That was a tough game. We're not playing particularly well at the minute, and the injury crisis is really hitting us hard. But we managed to scrape our way through. Now, next time when I come back, it will be that Champions League quarter-final, and you will find out who we are playing. I'm exhausted, but if you've enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a like. And if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. But until next time, take it easy.